That's why I say modern women are selfish, because it's me before the family. Oh, even if they have the incentives, like a true traditional woman would never take them. But she doesn't care because she cares about the kids first.
You hear celebrities. What's the first thing male celebrity, black men say? They want to take care of my mom. When women get successful, I never hear them mention anybody else except themselves. What I'm starting to see is when men get successful and financially stable, first thing we think about is taking care of our family. Even if we don't got one, we getting this money to take care of our family. But when women get in these positions of power, financial stability, they ain't thinking about no family. They thinking about vacations, about saying that I don't need a man, proving that I don't need a man. They're getting money and status to say that I don't need a man.
I don't gotta take,
you know what I mean? So yeah, like, so it's two different.
Kosher bot. Load the machine.
Delusional women, a phenomenon shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Delusion, simply put, is a state of mind in which a person firmly holds on to false beliefs despite clear evidence to the contrary. This intriguing condition is not limited to any particular gender, but it is often associated with women. In the realm of mental health, delusions can manifest in various forms. Some women may have delusions about their physical appearance, believing they are hideous or disfigured when, in reality, they are not. Others may develop delusions about their relationships, believing their loved ones are plotting against them or that they possess special powers. What causes these delusions in women? Well, the answer is not so simple. Delusions can arise from a combination of genetic, biological, and environmental factors. Hormonal changes, such as those experienced during pregnancy or menopause, may also play a role in triggering delusions in some women. It's important to note that delusions are not just harmless fantasies or daydreams. They can have a profound impact on an individual's daily life, causing distress, anxiety, and even leading to self-harm or harm to others. Delusional women may become socially isolated, withdrawing from friends and family as they become more engulfed in their false beliefs.
Fire for your mind. The kosher clinician.
Issue. This is an American issue. Because
I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psych Hacks, Better Living Through Psych.
And so Dr. Taraban is a psychologist out of San Francisco. He is part of my profession. I am a licensed therapist, a LCSW. LCSWs are very broad. But Dr. Orion Taraban is a psychologist. And Dr. Taraban was just like chaotic truth. Because the truth that he's spewing is highly chaotic. But listen what Dr. Taraban said, because it goes right back to what Dr. Glasser said. Power, fun, freedom, belonging, and survival. That's called psychoanalysis. Now listen to what Dr. Taraban is saying. Maybe they believe him because, you know, he's a white guy. Because they won't listen to what Kosher said.
Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is passport bros and international dating. So this is a topic that has come up frequently in the comments.
And guys, I had to put SpongeBob up there because that's for the slow folks, guys. That's for the slow folks.
Of several of my videos, and it's a topic that I've been requested to discuss by many people over the last several months. If you're unfamiliar with the subject, passport bros is the collective term for a movement among Western and specifically American men who are increasingly pursuing mating and dating opportunities abroad. These are guys who are flying to places like South America and Southeast Asia and the Middle East in order to access sexual opportunities that they argue aren't available in their home country. And I'm going to respond to this phenomenon through the lens of my recent experiences spending a month in the country of Japan. Now, I'm not very knowledgeable about this phenomenon, but to be honest, there was always something about the passport bros movement that felt a little sleazy and
listen, that's what they always say. Shout out to my man K Williams for the $2 cash out. Thank you, K Williams. But see, this is what Dr. Taraban and so many other things. he said he thought the passport bro movement was sleazy. And many times they don't have any merit, guys. But he thought the passport bro movement was sleazy. Because they think it's sleazy because men want to travel abroad and get the best. But listen to what he's saying, guys. Because if the black therapist won't say it, maybe they'll listen to the white psychologist. Because I am a licensed therapist that went to one of the best schools in the country. And I understand that needs drive behaviors. Men are acting now because they're not getting their needs met. But maybe they'll listen to the white psychologist.
And pathetic. Without really examining it, my perspective was similar to the prevailing attitude, which was something like, this movement was for guys who were too low status or unattractive to beat out their intrasexual competition here.
And that's the same talking point as chaotic truth. That's the same talking point as chaotic truth. They assume ignorantly that men that travel abroad that can't get wives. Guapo was married to 2 American women. Richie Mack was married to an American woman. Many men that are passport bros or men that travel have been married, can get women. But what men saying, why would I pay all my damn money in some subpar where I can get some superior from another country?
They couldn't get laid in the States, so they basically engage in geo-arbitrage to leverage a relative advantage that wouldn't exist in their home country. My attitude was something like only guys who couldn't get what they want from women here would need to uproot their whole lives and travel halfway around the world, which kind of made these men out to be conniving beta males. That was my attitude before spending a month in Japan. That is no longer my attitude now. Having spent a month in that country, I think I better understand where this movement might be coming from. And
now, he judged, but now Dr. Terabon saying this is no longer his attitude, and men are leaving America to get away from women like Leslie Jones, and they're getting some of that Yamasuki.
Hey, girl, you gonna eat your cornbread?
Don't say nothing. You talking to me? Yeah, I think he's talking to you.
腰はひねって S 字型。
So let me ask you guys, what would y'all rather have? Would y'all rather have Leslie Jones? Do y'all want Leslie Jones cornbread? Do you want Leslie Jones cornbread? Or would you have some of that fresh Japanese Yamasuki? You want Leslie Jones cornbread or some of that fresh Japanese Yamasuki? I'll let you guys come up with the decision. Because if I was a single man, I know what I want. I want some of that Yamasuki, man. That Yamasuki is fit, flat stomach, fine. You know, I see why men had erectile dysfunction looking at Leslie Jones.
And I definitely don't think it's just for loser men who can't get laid in America. Allow me to explain. From the perspective of my interests and preferences, the quality of the women in Japan was significantly superior to the quality of the women in the Bay Area. Like, not by a little, by orders of magnitude.
Listen to what he's saying, guys. I'm giving Chaotic Truth a thorough lesson because, you know, if you won't listen to Kosher, a licensed therapist, and Dr. Terabon, that's a licensed psychologist, needs drive behaviors. So when you hear Guapo talking, Guapo's saying, listen, I dealt with American women. Guapo is 6'3". I'm 6'5", 6'6". Guapo would be a handsome brother, you know. He's a handsome brother, according to what some women would see. He's highly educated. He's well accomplished. But why would Guapo settle for some subpar in America when he can travel abroad, as he did travel abroad? Yeah, the International Quiet Storm. Yes, SpongeBob. I got SpongeBob up there because that means they're a little on the slow side, man. SpongeBob told them to come on in the classroom and get on the short bus. I did that intentionally in International Quiet Store.
Let me break down some of the various factors that go into that statement. First of all, the women in Japan are slender and physically healthy. I spent a month in some of the largest cities in the world, and I must have seen 10 overweight women in that entire time, half of whom were little old ladies. And these overweight women weren't morbidly obese. They were like plump, maybe 20 or 30 pounds overweight max. Most Western women literally couldn't buy clothes in Japan. The vast majority of Japanese women are slender and physically fit, which is appealing because it's not only attractive, but it indicates a compatible value as well. Like, I want people who care about their health. Second, these women are feminine. They wear dresses and heels and makeup. They tend to dress more conservatively than Western.
Yeah. SpongeBob said, guys, this is for the slow folks in the back. SpongeBob said, this is for the slow folks in the back. Don't understand.
Women. No tight clothes, no showing a lot of skin. The feminine ideal there seems to be like softly elegant, flowing and modest and dignified. And these aren't 1950s housewives. These are women who, for the most part, are working professionals. They have modern ideas. They are educated and accomplished, but they haven't thrown out more traditional conceptualizations of female beauty. This is not something you can easily find in the West anymore. And you can't find it at all in the Bay Area, at all. And I find feminine women very attractive. It resonates with me and inspires me to be even.
And so guys, this is what we call in the clinical world psychosomatic. This is called psychosomatic. When you find a traditional feminine woman, it not only does it resonate, you guys, but that goes back to what Teddy Pendergrass. I know what I'm talking about, guys. I've been saying this stuff before I even heard of Dr. Tara Bond. But Teddy Pendergrass said, you inspire me. When you got a feminine woman, guys, it inspires you. But, you know, if you keep listening to these damn modern women and chaotic truth, you're going to be singing that song by Teddy. The whole world is laughing at me, silly fool.
More masculine. Now, before I go any further, if you're liking what you're hearing, please consider sending this episode to someone who might benefit from its message, because it's word of mouth referrals like this that really help to make the channel grow. You can also hit the thanks button and tip me in proportion to the value you feel you derive from this episode. It's your donations that make all this possible. I don't do the product placements and the corporate sponsorships of other channels of this size. And trust me, I get like 50 different offers a day. This helps me stay independent, and it helps me to do what I need to do to keep the channel going. So thank you very much for your support. All right.
So, guys, just like you guys heard Dr. Tara Bond, if you have not become a member of my channel, go ahead and become a member. If you're not donated to the channel, do it, because he's a licensed professional just like me. And so if you like what I'm doing, donate to the channel, because you're not going to find a better licensed therapist in this space that breaks it down better than me. I'm original and I'm kosher. So I am a licensed therapist like Dr. Tara Bond. He's a psychologist. I'm a licensed LCSW. So enjoy this content, guys. Some of y'all, I think y'all take it for granted, but enjoy it. Donate to the channel and share the stream. Thank you.
Third, the women in Japan are extremely respectful. Every woman I interacted with there was extremely warm and friendly. They were receptive to conversation, and they seemed to enjoy, or at least very effectively pretended to enjoy, speaking with me. Even more, they were solicitous about my feelings. and seemed concerned that I should enjoy the interaction as well. I didn't experience a single indifferent or disrespectful word, tone, or glance from a woman in a month. This made approaching and talking to women in Japan a much less fraught experience than it is in the US. The women I spoke to seemed to take pleasure in the attention and in the dialogue. Nothing about the interaction indicated that they were annoyed or offended that I was interested in talking to them. Fourth, while a kind of chivalry exists in Japan, it's an inverted version of what we have here. In Japan, men come first.
Say, hold up.
Women come second.
Hold up. Shout out to Dr. Terabon. Because see, if I said, oh, he's misogynist, oh, his mama black. This is what Dr. Terabon said. And that's why I've been trying to tell you men over and 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 over again. In foreign countries, the men come first. Chaotic truth. In foreign countries, the women understand the assignment. In foreign countries, the women understand that they were made for the man instead of the man being made for the woman. But now y'all got a nerve to damn try to shame men that want to travel for love. They want to travel to get their release off because their wives are fat and overweight and got bad attitudes. And after they've done everything they can do, they still damn say it's not enough. Shout out to my man River Vital Network for the 5. Shout out to that brother. River Vital, check your email, brother. Shout out for the 5. And I appreciate it, brother, for the 5. Thank you. Salute Black Man, salute Black Man Media at its finest. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Touch me, baby. Drive me wild. Outstanding. Girl, you knock me out.
Yes, yeah, that's what men want, guys. They want a Gap Band woman. They want a woman from the Gap Band. They want a woman that's going to drive him crazy.
They just touch me, baby. Drive me wild. Outstanding. Girl, you knock me out.
It's difficult to appreciate how deeply the romantic ideology permeates our manners until you go to a completely different culture. For instance, one day I was walking towards the main entrance of a building at pretty much the same time as a woman. My natural instinct was to get there first and hold the door open for her. However, when I did so, she refused to walk through it, making a show of great embarrassment. And I later realized that in that culture, it would have been embarrassing for her if I had allowed myself to disrespect myself in that way for her sake. Another example. Many years ago, I spent some weeks in Japan studying Buto dance in an immersive program. The first night of the program, at the General Assembly, we heard a long speech on how the organizers miscalculated the number of futons they needed for the students. Apparently, there would not be enough beds for everyone, so the women would have to sleep on the bare floor without cushions or sheets until the problem was rectified. Now, there were a couple other Westerners in the audience, and I remember we were just looking at each other in disbelief. To say we were shocked would not be an understatement. The idea that the women were going to sleep on the ground while the men were going to sleep in the beds felt completely unnatural to us. However, our way of doing things is just as unnatural to Japanese sensibilities. That's starting to change more and more.
And that's why men fall in love. That's why men have a catharsis when they travel. And let me tell you something, guys. When I do shows like this, I lose subscribers because folks are sensitive. And I can explain it to the best that I can. I can say 100 times that I'm not talking about all women in America. I'm not. But sadly, it's many. But I don't care shit about no subscribers. I don't care about that. I'm gonna be making real money soon. So if you think you're gonna make me a slave because of YouTube, I could care less, because most of you don't support the channel no way. And so if it weren't for brothers like Real Bravado Network, Gregory Scotland, The Quiet Storm, Salted Balls, I probably would be doing this stuff because it's a lot of work. But because I love the few brothers that do show love and support, that's why I keep doing it. But subscribers drop, guys, when you tell the truth, because they're in a state of delusion. But I'm gonna keep telling the truth. I'm gonna keep telling the truth. I'm gonna keep growing. I'm gonna keep expanding. Because shout out to the good brothers that show me love. I'm about to get paid soon. So I don't have to beg you for no damn YouTube money. You know, if you want to support it, fine. If you don't, I'm gonna keep telling the truth.
As Western ideologies continue to infiltrate Japanese society. But the important thing here is to understand that a lot of what many people believe to be the natural dynamic between men and women is really very culturally bounded and culturally specific. And to be honest, it felt good to be honored for being a man. Like, it's not a bad thing to be a man in Japan. In fact, it seems to come with some privileges that are more commensurate to the responsibilities that men generally take on. So let's recap. On the whole, Japanese women are slender and physically fit, feminine and demure, friendly and courteous, and respectful and appreciative.
And that's what Kevin Samuels talked about. That's what Tom Likas talked about. That's what Tommy Sotomayor talked about. And many, many, many more that came before Kevin. Kevin was the only person talking about this. I've been talking about stuff like this. Let me tell you something, man. If you get the right woman, that woman can add life and value to you. But if you get the wrong woman, it's going to be a lifetime of hell. And not only that, guys, it'll send you to your grave. But I wish I would be with a woman that thinks she's going to damn tell me what to do, or I'm going to tap dance. You're going to follow leadership, you're going to follow order, or you can take your behind on. Because I want a woman that can drive me crazy, touch me, baby, drive me wild. That's what I want.
Touch me, baby, drive me wild. Outstanding, girl, you knock me out.
Not all Japanese women, I'm sure, but the vast majority of them, as far as I could tell. When I spoke with them, the feeling I got was that they felt lucky to be interacting with me, which is a total reversal of the attitude you generally encounter in the West. I've gone on a lot of dates in my day, and the prevailing vibes were either A, that I should feel lucky that the woman was allowing me to buy her a drink, or B, that the woman needed to make sure I could give her what she wanted by conducting the date like a job interview. There's a lot of entitlement and narcissism here.
Listen to what he said, guys. Listen to what Dr. Terabon said. I've been saying this for the longest myself as a licensed therapist. A lot of these women in the West, white or black, have narcissistic traits. They have narcissistic traits. And narcissism has led to a condition or a term that I created that I hear many using on YouTube called hoflation.
A lot of guys are socially awkward.
I think you're a bit ignorant to like the average guy's experience. Consider this, right? Most guys, the average guy today, his granddad had to put in a quarter of the work to get the kind of woman that is 4 times as amazing as the woman he's attracted.
Oh, you're talking about
his grandmother was an amazing woman and a very, very feminine, natural woman, and his granddad really didn't have to do the kind of work he has to do right now as a young man in the Western world.
So you're talking about hoflation.
Yes, it's hoflation.
Hoflation. So modern men have to work 5 times harder than their grandfathers did for women 20 times worse than what their grandmothers were.
About her. On the other hand, My sense is that in Japan, women feel grateful for the opportunity to be there, grateful for the opportunity to be considered as a potential partner. It was extremely refreshing, to say the least. Now, I'm not a fragile guy. I'm not a loser who can't get laid. I'm not poor or low status.
But see, that's the talking point of men like Chaotic Truth. He reduced the passport bros to being can't get laid, awkward, don't have money, lames, and they can't get women, which is goofy as hell to me, because the brothers that I know that are passport bros are men that can get women, but they're saying, I'm not going to give my best to subpar women here in America. I could get women, but I'm not giving my best to this trash here in America. I wish I would. But you think I'm just going, for the sake of tribalism and for the sake of nationalism and for the sake of a flag, cast my pearl to swine. Ain't going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. But once again, maybe they'll believe it because the white psychologists say it. Because I've been saying it forever. But Dr. Terabon is saying, I'm going to try to get him on my show. But maybe they'll believe it because he said it.
Was that they felt lucky to be interacting with me, which is a total reversal of the attitude you generally encounter in the West. I've gone on a lot of dates in my day, and the prevailing vibes were either A, that I should feel lucky that the woman was allowing me to buy her a drink, or B, that the woman needed to make sure I could give her what she wanted by conducting the date like a job interview. There's a lot of entitlement and narcissism here. It's all about her. On the other hand, my sense is that in Japan, women feel grateful for the opportunity to be there, grateful for the opportunity to be considered as a potential partner. It was extremely refreshing, to say the least. Now, I'm not a fragile guy. I'm not a loser who can't get laid. I'm not poor or low status or unattractive. I'm not a guy without options. I don't need to travel halfway around the world to have satisfying relationships with women. But I now understand why it's in men's best interest to seek out the most advantageous marketplace.
Listen to what he said. Now I understand why men are seeking out the most advantageous marketplace, Chaotic Truth, because you so ignorantly reduce men that travel to sex and dealing with poor women and denigrating foreign women, in my mind, which is xenophobic. But I wouldn't have to damn go abroad if I was a single man, but I won't waste my time here in America because I see these kind of women in practice. I see them in the streets. So why would I waste my time when the more that I talk to exhibit these damn narcissistic traits? I wish I would settle for mediocrity after as hard as I work, went to an elite school, and I'm going to settle for mediocrity. I would never waste my time dealing with this crap.
It's like, regardless of whether you're a novice or a master fisherman, if you want to catch a certain kind of fish, it makes sense to go where there are more of those fishes.
Say it again.
High-value men who have...
Say it again, Dr. Terabon. Why would a man that's a high-value man waste his time on subpar fish where he can go to a country where he can find a more feminine fish? Leslie Jones or some of that young Yamasuki?
Hey, girl, you gonna eat your cornbread?
Don't say nothing. You talking to me? Yeah, I think he's talking to you.
腰はひねって S 字型。
And let me tell you something, guys. If she ain't feminine, if she ain't fit, if she don't understand the assignment, and if she been ran through, run. Don't waste your time unless she's a woman that has a repentant heart. And even then, if she don't meet your standards, she gonna have to jump through damn hoops to get a ring on her finger. Because many of the ones that some of you men are average men, and some of those women look down, nose down on you, and got a nerve to say you got to make $120,000 a year. You got to make $120,000 a year for subpar women and something that's been ran through. Make it make sense, Elmo.
They just touch me, baby. Drive me wild. Outstanding. Girl, you knock me out.
Have lots of sexual opportunity in the West will still travel to other places where they can get more of what they want more easily. That's not pathetic. That's rational and efficient. Even millionaires don't like paying more than they need to, even though they could afford to do so. And Western women are extremely expensive. Men here generally have to pay more for less relative to other marketplaces. So I'm much more sympathetic to this movement after spending a month abroad. What do you think? Does this fit with your own experience? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've gotten this far, you might as well like this episode and subscribe to this channel. You may also consider becoming a channel member with perks like the priority review of comments.
Shout out to Dr. Terabon, and I'm going to try to get Dr. Terabon on my show if I can. But shout out to the Gregory Scotland guys. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. Because I am the kosher clinician. Shout out to my man Gregory Scotland. He said chaotic truth is an example of those that we see who appear to be on red pill men's side and then show their true colors, no doubt. And shout out to MC Recovery and Wellness for the two. He's reading from his laptop on the Hoflation quote. But guys, we're going to get into it. I would drop the line, man, but this is going to be a long show. But we're going to critique chaotic truth, and this is fair use. This is fair use. We're going to critique chaotic whatever his name is, chaotic truth. And I'm going to show you guys something because, like Teddy said, the whole world's laughing. But guys, hold tight before I drop it because it's gonna get deep, and y'all tell me what you think. Shout out to the brother that sent me this. I got a mail runner. He be showing me good content because I didn't even know about it. And you guys know Guapo is my brother. I respect him highly. And once again, I don't have any animus towards chaotic truth. I'm not attacking chaotic truth, but I am attacking his talking points. So let me see if I can find that clip. But I did find it highly detestable based on what he said. I found it highly detestable based on what he said because I got a clip. Oh, here you go. So I'm gonna download it, guys.
Fire! For your mind. The kosher clinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toast them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues, absent fathers who miss you, mama drama don't kiss you, all a part of the ritual, this is how they get you, separate the men, women, clipping babies pretend to, damn, lovers, haters, acting like vultures, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen. Listen.